How's it going, laser Bruce's up? I'll be Sixkilla and welcome back once again to Birth Me Code. The new update, the new bonus episode just dropped, and in this case, it is actually adding Canon story. So that's pretty exciting. The last one was just Patreon questions, that sort of thing. This one is legit Canon story, so let's jump in. I'm excited to see what this is all about, what's going to be in there. There's still so many more to go. They're keeping it going. He's keeping it going. It's good. I don't know how long this is going to be, but we'll try and do it in one shot. If it turns out really long, then I'll cut it in half or whatever, okay? But we'll see what happens. This is a recording. If the time on file didn't lie, this recording began a little after the beginning of the Kill Me game. Apparently, it's the first of 3 recordings. How did I get access to these recordings, you ask? I don't know. Suddenly, one of them became unlocked. I don't know what that means. It seems there are 2 others. One of them is around 15 minutes before this one, and the next has no label. I wonder what it means. I better open this one. Let's start it and see what's inside. Exciting. The view flickered a few times as it settled onto a classroom. We know this room. It was 6 minutes, almost 7 past the hour. There were 3 figures in the room. The first visible one was a large boy with a horse helmet. I knew who that was, Sixkilla. Alongside him was another, also a boy, Ira. This is most likely Attain's team. I guess right now she's going to be called Avaricia. Wait, this is the second team. The team with the robots, right? I couldn't be sure. Instead, I watched as things were happening on the screen, recorded from Avaricia's helmet. Oh? This is new. You'd think waking up in a classroom being locked in, and then being told our helmets would be a permanent addition until we escape from here, would get a stronger reaction out of you. But no, you're more interested in that door. I'm not so weak-minded as to panic in a situation like this. I'm only examining our way out. The horseboy was examining the door. His hands tried to dislodge his helmet, but he couldn't. They're all awake. I assume Me already gave her speech, since they're all awake and already looking around the room. Did you not get the recording sent by the mastermind behind our abduction? I have. I was just not sure if it was true or not. Well, it's true. Why are you so nervous about it, Barrel Boy? I'm not nervous. You're the one who's stuttering, probably because you tried to take that helmet off just now, and Me warned you. No, in fact, I think I'm perfectly fine with this. It's a once-in-a-lifetime chance to take part in something otherworldly. You're speaking nonsense. Let's just get the stuff we have to fight in here and escape promptly. Do you agree, Ira? Yes. I want to get out ASAP too. Avaricia moved away from Sixkilla to look at the lamp near the door. Ira split from them too, instead observing the desks and cubicle shelves in the back. There's a weird prism on the shelves. Leave it there. We should use it to consolidate what we find. Wouldn't it be simpler to use the teacher's desk? Suit yourself if you want, I don't really care. Sixkilla was getting a little annoyed at how they disregarded his earlier thought. He walked up to Avaricia after Ira moved to a hexagonal prism to the teacher's desk and vacated the immediate area. Don't you understand? This place... it's a kidnapping and we're wearing strange helmets. I bet they have all sorts of functions we can't see. Maybe they'll allow us to gain memories or something. Maybe they're linked. We might be able to acquire some sort of otherworldly capability. What if we're able to peek into the minds of those who wear the other helmets? Or maybe we can merge their consciousnesses with our own. This is too weird to be normal, right? I'm not insane, right? All this sounds very strange to me. I still couldn't tell if this was Attain. If it was, she played her role very well. Avaricia was always a very no-nonsense kind of woman. Why would that be the case? I think it's far likelier that the helmets we wear are only used as deterrent to stop us from disobeying the mastermind. Isn't that a more grounded thought? I thought I might have convinced you, since you seem like a grown adult with a good head on your shoulders. Let's just say our other companion is not so mentally elevated. He cast a glance towards Ira, who was lifting desk after desk to look underneath, even if he'd gotten the same result by crouching and taking a look like that. While that may be the case, don't quickly disregard the others you meet, especially if you might spend a while in their company. And by the way, please don't treat me like I'm so much older. Accepting your age is just one step. But I digress. What did you find? I found the cylinder. Please search things too. If you do nothing and only talk about nonsense, I won't hesitate to throw you to the dogs if it comes to it. Justitia realized it was in his best interest to participate in the search. He left the immediate area after grumbling something and began looking around the bookshelves. Avaricia deposited the cylinder she found onto the desk, where she met with Ira again. That's two. I wonder how many we'll find. Did you see the painting on the wall over there? Yeah, I did just now. What do you think is so special with it? Oh, the corners have strange shapes in them. I think we'll find 4. I don't know why they have these strange slots on the ends. What about you? Do you have an idea? Maybe we can put something in that could unlock them? There's this border, see? He grabbed the cylinder and showed it to the teacher. Indeed, a few centimeters down from the top, there was a lighter colored border. The top is like a bottle cap then. Maybe if I just... Don't do this. You might damage the container, and then what's inside won't help us. Unfortunately, the lion had already begun twisting the prism with his strong arms when she gave her warning. It didn't take very long before the top of it was crushed and it broke off, leaving it open. Oops. Well, I didn't destroy it. I think I might be able to open them all like this. Ugh. Why am I stuck with this idiot? Hey, that's not very nice to say to someone who just gave you a ticket out of here. Just don't break things by mistake, okay? She gave up on opposing him and instead only asked him to do the minimum to conserve the state of the objects. Justitia came by them again while Ira was breaking the hexagonal prism open. That's not too bad. Good idea. I didn't even realize there were things inside of these. Either way, I also found a key. Did you try it on the lockers? Yes, but it didn't work. I'll try it on this desk. By the way, yes? You saw the metal box too, didn't you? Yes. And? I can't open it. There's a little keypad on the other side. Whoever knows the code can open it, I suppose. Otherwise, we can't do it. It's also heavy, don't try to lift it. By the time she was done explaining that, Ira was done opening the hexagonal prism too. He quickly went over to the box and lifted it like it was nothing. Heh, that's my specialty. Being a meathead is your specialty? Talk about a life-winning skill. It will be life-threatening if you don't shut up. He dropped the box, which made a solid, heavy noise when it collided with the ground. The team of 3 kept it away from it since they couldn't open it. So Ira lifted it as effortlessly as I did. That means he must be one of those ex-machinas. Whatever they're called. This is indeed attain then. Amassing the pieces of paper, the other prisms and newspapers, the group was pondering on their meaning. All 3 of them had scoured the information. Drugs, an arrest, and murder. Is this meant to point out crimes we committed? Are you involved in any of that? No. I know some people are though. Namely, our names, they're from a website I managed. While the 2 of them were talking, Avaricia was inserting the small polyhedrons in the corners of the painting to open it. Inside she found some me cards, another piece of paper, and a key. Is it the website on that one paper? Yes. It's the inemptiness.com. No? Thesinemptiness.com. Although it's written this in emptiness, I originally meant it as the S in emptiness. Ah. That's way more obscure, you know. For someone who claims they're smart, you can be pretty dumb sometimes. Shut it. Evericia, did you find something? Yes. We have 2 keycards of some variety here. Tricidia went over to them, taking them both. He looked at them, apparently trying to play spot the difference. The 2 cards were exactly the same. He handed one over to Ira. We should split the things we find equally, but we're lacking a keycard. Whatever these are for, I wonder, will we have to use them to play some sort of prisoner's dilemma? What is that thing? It would fly over your head, don't worry about it. Ira balled his hands into fists, looking very displeased about Tricidia's casual dismissal. I guess I'll take the key then. Reaching inside, she also took out the small piece of paper on which were written the words, "Welcome to my emptiness." Tricidia stared at it for a while from the side. Ira grew impatient as the 2 of them remained silent. What's with the... Hold up. What does it say? It says, "Welcome to my emptiness." I can't help but notice that it's the same name as... Huh? As what? I don't remember this very well. My emptiness is the name of some kind of weird underground mafia in this school. You should be aware of it if you're a student from here. Oh yeah, I know that too. All of our names appear on that list from the website. If the list of names is made of all the nicknames of the members of my emptiness, then we're a part of it. Is that what links us together? Could be. Do you want to take your chances and say it at the door? I don't especially want to do it, but I trust this is the right answer. Ira nudged the 2 of them over to the box. What about this thing? Aren't we supposed to open it? I guess it's optional. And don't go and break that this time. It's not like the little prisms. This is a strong metal box and it contains something heavy. Don't break it, I mean it. Fine. He splits from them, looking dejected. This guy wasn't going to say the answer to leave the room. That was certain. It was down to Tricidia or Evericia. So, will you do the honors or will I? Just to be sure, the answer is my emptiness, right? Yes. Let me out. What links us together is my emptiness. A small click from the door signaled the answer was correct. The 3 of them had escaped. Well under the time limit, thanks to Ira's handling of the prisms. Don't mind if I head out first? Without the courtesy of letting the lady lead the charge, he vanished beyond the door. Tricidia waited, unsure if he should head out too. He made up his mind and was about to leave when Evericia's arm shot out to stop him by grabbing his shoulder. What's this all about then? Before we go, tell me more about your... delusions. They're not delusions, for one. But very well, I'll talk. He seemed far too giddy about the prospect of sharing his idea with the older woman. Her interest in his world, and his words, did strike me as odd, which only further proved this was attain. She wants to know what he's talking about, to see if he has memories or something. Isn't this exciting? It's hard to contain my jubilation at all of this. A kidnapping? Escaping rooms? Strange helmets? A mastermind? It's all coming together. It's like those games I played before. Either someone took inspiration from them, or they were meant to guide me to this place, to this time. Something wild will happen, provided I can survive until then. Is it about espers? Is it about aliens? Is it something else entirely? I cannot wait for the grand exposition. What are you talking about? Espers? Aliens? Are you psycho? Ira called out from the hallway as Tricidia's tone became louder out of sheer eagerness. Please contain your noisy excitement to avoid him disrupting our conversation at the very least, and tell me what you know without the imagery. Okay, okay. He brushed the back of his head with a hand, as if composing himself anew, until he realized his helmet was in the way, and stopped. This is like what my father has said before. He spoke about something he called the abime. Abime. Not that I have any idea of what it is. What did your father do? He was a scientist. I can remember that much. He worked for... You two coming out yet or what? Ira interrupted the boy again. Avaricia gave an annoyed click of her tongue. It won't be long, just give us a second. Go look around the place for us. Anyway, I forgot what it was. He worked for someone, a company. It was called... E something. Yes, the MDS, we already knew that. Why is this recording here? Is this meant to give some information on another, or another? It's finally more interesting than just Attain's escape, at least. If you can't remember, it can't be helped. Right. We should head out, since, as I recall, there's a timer in this room. He walked to leave, and Avaricia followed him, grabbing his wrist before he opened the door. He turned his head toward her. Anything else? Your father, what was his name? She's very insistent on gaining information about his father. What's this all about? Is it important somehow? But his father's dead from what he said. You speak as if you know he's dead. No, you said it as if it was in the past, so I just assumed. Is he not? Obviously he's gone. As for his name, if I remembered, I'd tell you. Sadly, I currently can't even remember my own name, least of all his. If he comes back, tell me, okay? If you insist. He pulled away from her grasp and finally left the room. Alone in it, Avaricia crossed her arms. I need to get that name. All the recordings have been wiped. This kid knows about the Abime, too. That must have been why his father was removed. I know he was directly working on the Abime. If you can't even remember their names, maybe the dosage was too big. A stupid mistake. She was speaking in a hushed tone, as if the words were meant for her own self only. Finally, she left the room. When she stepped through, she saw Tristidia examining some metal plates at the back of the hallway. Ira was trying to look through the windows, even if they were blocked off. I have recollections of this hallway, but not these plates. Are they meant to confine us? He pushed onto them, but the plates held strong. We can't make it through here. How wonderful. Am I really the only one who's eager to see how things go from here on out? We're participating in something completely otherworldly. A side of society only a handful have ever seen will be open to us. You're still being a psycho right now, man. No, that's not what being a psychopath means, you dumb zany musclehead. Oh. He snapped his fingers and turned to look at Avaricia again. Ira disregarded him after his insult. Avaricia didn't seem to care about as her focus was entirely on Tristidia. My father's name, I remember. It's Zachary. My father's name is Zachary. He was about to say something else, but he couldn't get another word out. Another door opened down the hallway. The three of them straightened out as the tall girl with rabbit helmet walked out of that classroom. And this is where the recording cuts, but I know how things go past this point. So Tristidia's father is named Zachary. That's the person Attain's looking for. Wait, isn't there some kind of contradiction? Something to think about, I guess. Tristidia knew about the Abime, though. He never mentioned it, probably because he didn't see it being relevant after this point. What does his father know? What exactly is the Abime anyway? I also wonder what's inside the recording set to a quarter hour before this one. And the most mysterious one of the bunch seems to be set way later. It seems they'll unlock later. When? Hopefully soon. Until then, I'll wait. I'll wait even if it's so cold here. It's so cold here. So cold. How long do I have to wait? I need to get out of here soon. I need to get out even if it kills me. And that is going to be it. Now, from what Miracle Moon said, the next one is set to unlock after the release of the Head as Code remaster. So it'll be probably January next year. But that was a little bit more information for you all. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you back with Birth Me Code in January, I suppose, or I'll see you back with Head as Code actually in January. Till then, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out with me, and I'll see you in the next one.